Hi friends, welcome back to Frosty Eye Candy. And let's welcome Frosty Eye Candy to its new home on Facebook, the Acrylic Crazy Train. Please, if you haven't heard already, we are no longer part of Acrylic Pouring for Beginners and the new place to find everything that was wonderful and magical about the old group is now the Acrylic Crazy Train. Please search us out on Facebook and join us along, my friends. I know many of you have missed us and we'd love you to join us aboard. So the first new video under the new home for Frosty Eye Candy. So it's going to be a bloom, guys, and it's going to be a nice simple 3-color bloom. So I was using up my old paints before going away on holiday, and I had some TLP, you know, our favorite pigments really, TLP, and this one is Fairy Floss. Fantastic, fantastic, shimmery pink. Looks just like candy floss really, but we're putting this one down first. And then we are going to be using the Liquitex. This is soft body acrylic. This one is the dioxazine purple, and as we can see there, dioxazine purple is totally transparent, and Fairy Floss, let's see, is semi-transparent. Okay, so we've got a semi-transparent going first, then a transparent, and then the last color we're going to use is another favorite of mine to use last. It's the golden light phthalo blue, and as we can see here, this one is an opaque. So if we're going to use an opaque on top of a transparent, on top of a semi-transparent, we've got to use this puppy pretty sparingly, because otherwise it will just black out or blot out, or more like blue out, everything we put on underneath it. So the cell activator we're using today, the color, is going to be another favorite of mine. This is the Amsterdam Prussian Blue, and this is also semi-transparent. People, I've heard some people say, or heard the rumor, you can only use an opaque for a CA. This is not true at all. I've used Prussian Blue many times, and I know many others have to great success. And the cell activator recipe, it's going to be our Floetrol, and it's going to be obviously the sheleeart recipe. If you'd like to know what sheleeart is, please follow the the web address at the bottom of the screen there. It's a fantastic online course, and I even have a 15% discount code. So that's enough of me chitty chat, waffling on. We're going to get on with painting, okay, friends? Okay then, my friends, first thing I should tell you is we're working on an 8x8 wooden cradle. And for anybody that doesn't know what a wooden cradle is, anyone watching for the first time, it's just like a canvas, but rather than a canvas being stretched over a wooden frame, it's a piece of plywood. So the first color we're putting down here, my friends, this is the TLP, and this is the Fairy Floss. Fantastic, beautiful, shimmery pink, and should make an amazing background for our other colors that we're just about to put on there. So I just tilt it a little bit there just to bring the puddle back into the middle of the cradle. And now we're going to add, I believe it's going to be, yes, there we go. It's the dioxazine purple by Liquitex, and this is the soft body acrylic. So, as I mentioned in the intro, the Fairy Floss, the TLP pigment, is a semi-transparent, and this dioxazine purple is a transparent. And now the last color we're putting on, and this is the one I mentioned, you really want to use thinly, because it's the light phthalo blue by Golden, and it's an opaque. So we can use this in our pores and in our bloom right here, but we want to use it sparingly so it rings our cells nicely, and we get some beautiful jelly beans with the beautiful Fairy Floss and then the dioxazine purple underneath. So here we go with the cell activator, my friends. It's the sheleeart recipe, and I explained to you about the sheleeart course at the beginning of the video. This cell activator is Prussian Blue, and here we go out for the blowout. Excuse the back of my head there temporarily. Wow, we have some nice cells already popping up there. And excuse me while I just blow out the last few little bits. And we shall go for a nice close-up, and we can watch those cells popping up and developing at double quick time. And here we go. Just look at those gorgeous jelly beans we have already. And if anyone wonders what I'm referring to by jelly beans, it's what we refer to as the lovely, beautiful, plump, juicy cells that look so beautiful that you could literally pluck them out like a jelly bean and eat them. So here we go, guys. Just as I'm waffling along, all the cells are beautifully popping up and the cell activator is syncing. And this bloom is looking pretty well. So here we go in for some modifications, friends. When I'm modifying, I usually say it's a slow cursive movement to the hand. But also, when I am modifying, I will spy little groups like that group right there. And I will circle the cells and try not to destroy or disturb too much around it, so we have a lovely modification with undisturbed cells on the inside and the outside. There we go again, just finishing off the last of the modifications. Excuse me, friends. And the piece is looking quite nice indeed, even if I say so myself. I really love these simple minimal colour blooms, so 2 or 3 colours, and you can really get some great effects. So for anybody that doesn't know what I'm doing here, and for everyone watching for the first time, it's called wetting the edges of our canvas or the cradle. Just take a little bit of the pillow paint, as you can see me doing right now, and we just wipe it up and down the edge, just so there is already paint around the edge. So when we spin the piece, it will encourage the paint to flow nicely over the edge rather than actually spin off and maybe make a bit of a mess. But there we go. The piece is looking really nice. The edges are nice and wet. And then we go for the first spin. Clockwise spin, and I always leave them in real time, friends. So I like you to see how long and how fast I spin for. It's difficult enough to learn, so if everything is going at double speed, how is anybody supposed to learn? So I do let my pieces spin a little bit longer than usual. Going in for a nice close-up now. Wow, look at those beautiful cells. And you can see what I mean with the cells just to the left of the picture right now. Quite solid with the phthalo blue. That's what happens when we use just a little bit too much in places, and it blots out the colour underneath and doesn't give us those beautiful ringed cells. So just checking for movement, my friends. And going in for the second spin. Or no, just moving it over slightly a little bit first. And now we're going to go in for the second spin. I always do it one way and then the other. I'm not too sure how important or vital this is, my friends, but it's something that I've always done. Spun it clockwise and then counterclockwise, and it's given me good results. So I don't see why not to leave it in an instructional video. Here we go, friends, a close-up. Look at those cells, look at those jelly beans. And the tricolour blooms work so prettily here for us. Absolutely beautiful. So here we go, my friends. Here's a nice close-up, and you can see the fairy floss shimmering in the background. Piece is looking great. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. Please like, subscribe and share. Visit my store if you like what you see here. And as always, happy pouring.